Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being with us today on this Thursday. And Christmas is coming, and hope the gifts and Christmas trees are all set in the house. So for the audience that have not heard us before, we are Zecting, a media platform that focusing on life in overseas, such as housing, property and investment, startup business, travel, and lifestyle. It's just like my background, what is written here. So my name is Fiamma, and I'm the host of today. Okay, in today's talk, we are very honored to have Mr. Sean Ono from Fukuoka City Global Startup Center, GSC, being our guest. So Sean has various experience. Okay, he's in the screen now. Okay, Sean has various experience in different sectors in Japan. Apart from supporting the startup center, he's also leading a joint venture with a Swiss and Japanese partner in Fukuoka. So you may wonder, what is Global Startup Center, which we call here GSC? So it was like a hub that's established by Fukuoka City to help foreigners and to start their business in the city. The centers will give full access to the resources and information to the foreign startup, foreign company startup founders to run a business here, which gonna be including how to register a company and how to get yourself a business visa and how to settle your offices, what's the regulations and the policy you need to aware, and fundraising, business matching, and more. So Sean will give us more idea on exactly and how it works and how it can help. So before we start, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat box below. So we will have a FAQ session at the end of the event, and we're gonna get all of your guys questions answered. 好啦，如果大家有問題咧，可以留低喺下邊呢個chat box 嚟嘅。我哋之後咧都會有一個 FAQ 嘅 session 去同大家講翻嘅，就是如果大家有問題，可以在下面這個聊天室裡面去留下你的問題，我們之後會在這個問答環節給大家解答翻。OK， 那 all right, let's welcome Sean.
Thank you, Fiamma, for the wonderful introduction. Hello, nice to meet you all. My name is Sean Ono from GSC. As Fiamma mentioned, we are the gateway and the executive entity in Japan to support foreign entrepreneurs on board into Fukuoka City. Please allow me to share you a presentation that we have prepared.
Sure.
Can you all see my presentation?
Yeah, all good.
Perfect. As mentioned already, we are GSC. We are Fukuoka City's Global Startup Center. These are our members. From the left, Mumu, to myself, Shun, in the middle. We are the contact window and the executive team. We are run by the Fukuoka City government to support foreign startups for their expansion into Fukuoka with the assistance of our ecosystem that we develop. We are not only the contact window for foreign entrepreneurs, but also the executive team that is committed to helping projects move forward in Japan. Amongst our attributes, and as Fiamma kindly mentioned, we are unique in the sense that our members are also entrepreneurs themselves. We also run our own companies here. Therefore, we also have the know-how and the concrete and practical knowledge to provide advice to foreign entrepreneurs like yourselves. We are also a one-stop support center to foreign entrepreneurs. This is the various services that we offer from startups from 0 to 1 on how to scale in Japan. For example, the visa application process, company registration, taxation, and regulatory matters. Our unique point and our very most important point is that you can receive all of these services for free of charge and that are available at any stage. So you may be asking, why Fukuoka? Please let me introduce some merits of starting a business here. The four main reasons, as you can see, is safety, quality of life, startup, and POC. Geographically speaking, let me just quickly go over here. Geographically speaking, Fukuoka City is located differently from other Japanese cities. For example, Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya are all located in the Pacific Ocean, but Fukuoka is on the Japan seaside. Japan, as you know, has a lot of earthquakes, but these are all on the Pacific side. Hence, Fukuoka is inherently safer, and that is why a lot of data centers are located in Fukuoka. This is good evidence of how safe Fukuoka is. Secondly, quality of life. When it comes to quality of life, Fukuoka City always ranks high. It is a city with the most momentum and is the most powerful. It's absolutely smaller than Tokyo. However, this is a big advantage of us. The reason being, it is not as crowded, it is less convoluted, and therefore we have a tighter knit community here. Once you get into the community, it's definitely easier to make connections. Thirdly, startup. Fukuoka City is the most advanced and active startup city in Japan. In 2014, Fukuoka City was selected by the Japanese government as the National Strategic Special Zone for global startups and creating employment opportunities. As you know, the government itself believes Fukuoka City has a lot of potential to become the international startup city and therefore are putting a lot of power into it. Fukuoka City has then begun to make a startup movement to educate the residents themselves, as well as to motivate entrepreneurial spirit within. Fourthly, but not least, POC. Another important part of Fukuoka, as mentioned on the quality of life, is that it has a cheap cost of living. Therefore, startups can save on living costs so that you can dedicate more funds on developing your business. This means you have a better chance for a successful pilot test at a lower cost and better condition. Fukuoka City also is trying to relax some regulations for the POC, and therefore they have a lot of support entities there too. Geographically speaking, as on the right, you can see that Fukuoka City is very compact. Everything is within 3 kilometers radius. For example, if you are in downtown, you can go to the airport within 30 minutes and then board the plane. Once you come to Fukuoka City, you'll know how convenient it is. The city also, unlike other major cities in Japan, is full of nature, beaches, mountains, and parks, which is all around the corner. I'm sure you'll love it. Fukuoka City has a network. This is because Fukuoka City has a partnership agreement with 50 other cooperative institutions in the world and mutual support on the startup ecosystem. This is one of the actions that itself has conducted to become the international startup city. You can leverage our global networks to grow your business globally. 2021 GSC has online events like this to understand each other in order to create more opportunities for to build their network here in this COVID-19 pandemic. Events will help startups be able to have a chance to introduce products and services in markets, hence our and go globally. Most important facet program is the visa program. Fukuoka City has a study visa program for foreign entrepreneurs. Less than 20 program in Japan, but Fukuoka City is the most active, so the first to implement this program. Therefore, we have a lot of experience. As an entrepreneur, we're normally required to have a visa manager company in Japan. This manager visa, you see on the right of this table. Manager visa, there are 2 major requirements before application. That you must register a company with money to manage. It's just private office space. However, this is difficult to satisfy when out. Therefore, Fukuoka City has started a visa program. With visa program, you do not need to set up a company, at the get-go, invest before applying startup. Startup visa, therefore, is a definitive solution for entrepreneurs and startups that business to Japan. Let me elaborate on several key points. How long is startup visa valid for? The startup visa is valid for 6 months. It is a temporary residence that allows you to settle down, to prepare, and ensure whether it's the right place to start the business you invest. It is a temporary residence permit to non-entrepreneurs for the sake of forming a business structure. With 6 months, you are required to set up a company with more than Japanese in capital. Something happens, for example, you get a bit sick and you need additional time, you can extend this startup visa for a total of 6 months, but it's per month. You may be wondering, is there actually is price for the startup visa? The key word here is innovative. Fukuoka City would like to know what innovative business in a value you can bring. We are looking at things which can contribute to our city and opportunities. Now, after what kind of visa will you get? It is a visa for company founders as aforementioned, the business manager visa. This visa is how many founders can apply on business. There's 2 founders that can apply for the startup visa. Please do not extend to employees, so you cannot bring staff to the country. And here's some examples of some startups. Smarty, these are founded startup by Chinese entrepreneurs. They are a unique startup which has a technology. It is a smart speak recognition, and this smart is able to apply to any kind of IoT device. Let's say this can be utilized in smart home devices and so on. It has a lot of potential. The key takeaway here is that 2 Google from China startup visa in one startup project. Steampunk, known as SPT, was founded by a Canadian entrepreneur. Their mission is to democratize access to key technology. They already launched an app for smartphones and tablets. The app is called Monocle, and it simplifies the process of capturing and sharing 3D data from reality, like shooting videos from a smartphone, as everybody knows. The achievement of 3D is called Fukuoka City Museum, an online museum called Digital Experience. The part is that during this COVID time, people use steampunk digital technology and go view edge user technology and a Fukuoka City Museum. Founded by Indonesian, they develop both offline and online Japanese learning materials called Gengoya. The uniqueness of this product is that you can learn Japanese with catchy illustrations. We introduced Dopank to Tsutaya Bookstore, which is one of the most famous bookstores in Japan. Now their products are displayed in store, and also we can say that the startup has been building new learning styles and spreading Japanese culture. Tamago Finance, this is a startup founded by an entrepreneur in Thailand. They are a startup in the fintech realm where they can provide service of tokenizing digital art and also offer the platform for buying and selling those NFT art. This is a new area that is forefront of fintech technology, as you are most likely all aware. We have supported them to incorporate it in Japan, and they are now busy marketing and Now, this perhaps could be say is the most unique service offering that we offer here. The meaning is quite wide and does not only include introducing potential clients to other potential companies in Japan. For example, DeskMe, a Finnish startup, they developed the IoT device-enabled desk reservation system for co-working spaces and normal offices. With this app, with this startup, you could easily find a working desk and a meeting room in your office with DeskMe. This allows for efficient space utilization. We connected them with JR Kyushu, the largest railway company on Kyushu Island. The company opened a brand new co-working space in Hakata Station, which is Fukuoka City's main train station. Before we connected, we figured out the strengths of the product and how to use it. We then explained what the DeskMe product is and what the issues you can resolve with their product. Now, this co-working information space installed DeskMe devices as a POC. We have therefore created this business opportunity for DeskMe. DeskMe now could gain more local networks if the POC succeeds, and we are actively supporting them. We have also connected them with another co-working space in Tokyo, and the POC is ongoing. Facility, this is a startup from France. They provide user-friendly web browsing solutions by customizing the display of web pages for a variety of specific conditions, such as disabilities on color blindness, dyslexia, Parkinson, and so on. This startup was invited to the International Startup event in 2019, Fukuoka City hosted. They won the pitch contest, and therefore Fukuoka City also placed a lot of value on their user-friendliness and accessibility for public spaces. The city believes that their solution is able to help people with special needs. As a result, the city introduced facility solutions to their own website. There are many events that the public sector hosted, but nothing has come out of it. However, Fukuoka City is different. We actually provide solutions and concrete results. Ceylon is another startup from Estonia. We met them on a Fukuoka City's online event in 2020. They are a manufacturer of small booth-like office, which you can see on the pictures below. The characteristics of this product is that it has the best sound reduction quality in the world. The booth inside is super quiet. What we did is connect Silent to a potential partner in Japan. This company is one of the largest office furniture companies here. Actually, they also have a similar product, but demand for small offices is so high in Japan and their technology is so well done. This company proposed Silent as another product line for their product portfolio. The company then agreed to purchase samples. This shows that there is more interest in Silent's product for, say, a business corporation. Now they are in discussion, and we hope you can see Silent products in the Japanese market. Bistro is the first restaurant that we supported from scratch. The owner of this restaurant is from Hong Kong, and they both came to Fukuoka on a startup visa with his wife. He has a great idea on making use of his working experience and skills. The idea is to create new trends in Fukuoka's food industry by using the local specialty ingredients, such as mentaiko. We provided extensive support to make this restaurant a reality, for example, finding a place, assisting him with rental contracts, architectural designer, certification, etc., so forth. We supported them from 0 to 1 to opening the restaurant. I hope you can understand that GSC offers a wide range of services to startups. SmartPeep. This is a Malaysian AI health tech company that develops automated monitoring systems to prevent accidents and assist healthcare professionals to respond better towards patient and elderly care, especially with higher fall risk and low mobility. It helps ease the strain on taking care of the patients and senior residents. We connected them with a company called Itsumo Smile that provides elderly care services, including managing many nursing care homes. Itsumo Smile showed significant interest in SmartPeep's technology to strengthen their current business and was willing to explore the partnership for expanding SmartPeep technology into the Japanese market. We supported their communication. They just signed the NDA at the beginning of this month, And we are helping them now implement the POCs within their technology and then hopefully into the Japanese market. Centre Africa, this is a company that we got to know through JICA Uganda. JICA is a Japan International Cooperation Agency. They create a sustainable and fashionable African products to support their community. If you purchase a bag, they donate one bag, which turns into a chair to a student in a village. They are keen to expand their business in the Japanese market. However, we are exactly not sure if their products will be suitable for clients in Japan. So therefore, we ask them to send us samples, we check them carefully, and advise for customizing them into the market. We also introduce them with an importer who could do promotions and marketing for them in Japan. Now Zetu has sent their customized bags to Japan already, and they're now starting to sell from Japan to all over the country. Last but not least, we're coming to the end of this presentation, but this is our last message to you. Start easy, start fast. Fukuoka City is the best city for soft landing for the Japanese market, and we are here to support you on the ground. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean, for the briefing of very comprehensive. And we actually have a second part about another organization also founded by the Fukuoka City that is specialized for providing services and support for the financial and fintech startups. So as Hong Kong is so famous for our financial and the fintech sector, so maybe Sean, can you tell us more about this the fintech startup support program?
Sure, I'd be glad to. Thank you for introducing us there. As Shyama mentioned, Fukuoka City also has a fintech support group called the Global Finance City, GFC. Basically, GSC members also have the same hat for GFC, but this is solely geared towards fintech companies. Actually, Fukuoka has been established, the team Fukuoka in general, the main body of 9 Kyushu-based companies developing Fukuoka, was established in September 29, 2020. Global Finance Center, GFC, being the contact window, and the executive team was established a month thereafter. Team Fukuoka comprises of the various companies below. This is an industry, academia, government collaboration. The largest real estate companies, major banks, railway, stock exchange, and power. What is GFC? To put it simply, GFC is the same like GSC. We are the contact window for foreigners. We are also a part of your team. So when you want to start a project in Japan, you may not know whom you should talk to. Fukuoka City is simple. You can talk to us. The startup community is centered at one place, actually one building called Fukuoka Growth Next. We, as you can see, are always located in Fukuoka Growth Next. Foreign startups can just come to our desk here or email us for inquiries on the starting of it. Here's a prerequisite for a financial center. This is basically on our Fukuoka City's initiatives. Of course, current ideas of starting fintech companies is good, but we as a brand new Fukuoka fintech or finance center can always believe that everything can be better and more unique. Here are some of the ideas below that we sometimes have inquired on Fukuoka being the financial center. Building international schools, building luxury apartments, increasing English-speaking communication outlets, etc., so forth. This is basically initiatives on the city that we are promoting to become more of the financial center. We are moving towards not only being a startup hub, but also a financial hub. Some development policies. This may have also been mentioned prior to on the GSC presentation, but if I may just quickly go over it, our advantages here as a financial center, safety, startup ecosystem, POC, and quality of life. The benefits of having a data center, we are located in the safe region. Our data centers here are not going to be knocked out. So a lot of companies as NTT Data, QTNet, et cetera, so forth, have set up their data centers in Fukuoka. Growing business environment. We, as aforementioned, have the #1 startup visa track record. Not only do we promote foreign business startups and encourage financial startups to come as well, a lot of companies and a lot of the world is actually looking forward to Fukuoka's development into the financial center of Japan. Pilot test, as mentioned, we proactively drive the innovation of POC. Minano Bank, for example, is the first fully digital bank in Japan, and this was set up and established in Fukuoka. High quality of life for workers. We have a good office for middle and back offices and remote work. The most reasonable living costs in Japan, and the shortest commute time in Japan. Fukuoka City was selected as a global-based city by the Japanese central government to support startup development. There are a lot of opportunities here also for remote work. Some actual cases that we supported here. We have two, the Tamago Finance from Thailand, NFT platform for digital artists. Basically, they tokenize as well as provide a platform for selling NFTs. But also Toy Hunter from Hong Kong. They have developed a battle game on the metaverse that also utilizes NFTs. Now, you may think that we are kind of NFT oriented, but let me just say, this initiative of Fukuoka being the global finance city is relatively new. So our fintech definition is very wide, as the financial industries are also very wide too in their meaning. We encourage fintech, immersive tech, AR, MR, XR, insurance tech, clean environmental tech, regulation, legal tech, and art tech. This is some new companies that have actually come into Fukuoka. They are established foreign financial institutions that have registered here. MCP Holdings Limited, they are headquartered in Hong Kong, which you may know. They have established their institution in Fukuoka. Now, CapBridge also, they are a financial entity from Singapore, and they operate a platform helping unlisted companies raise funds by matching them with investors from around the world. They have also established in Fukuoka recently. Now, similar to GSC, Start Easy, Start Fast. We offer all the support of GSC as with GSC, and we are here to support your fintech entrepreneur endeavors in Fukuoka City. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the cases and sharing about the services. It's very, as a foreigner, to you guys, non-local, and I think it's going to be very helpful for the centers to be here and to support the newcomers to building startup companies in Fukuoka City. So, dear audience here, if you have any question, feel free to drop your questions in the chat box so we can ask Sean directly here for anything. Yeah. 大家咧，如果有問題咧，可以喺下邊呢個 chat box 問翻嘅，我哋都係可以 directly 問翻Sean有咩問題係啦。如果大家有問題，大家可以在下面的這個聊天室去打字問嘅，中文和英文都沒有問題。Okay. Actually, we have 2 questions here. So question 1, Sean, ready? What kind of, is there any what kind of, what type of startups is suitable to start up in Fukuoka?
Yeah, well, Fukuoka City has a website out, which this lists all eligible startups. Of course, they have segregated into various topics such as fintech, clean tech, or logitech. Basically, as mentioned also on the GSC, it has to be somewhat innovative. You know, it has to be providing a useful service to Fukuoka City or expands on Fukuoka City's already existing services and to marketing it abroad. It's quite wide definition. However, I do recommend that you review Fukuoka City's startup visa website, and it has a concrete list.
Okay. We will share this list, the website that Sean mentioned before earlier to you guys, so you guys can have a check of the list and then have a think of the idea and which one might be better or which one you are interested. Okay. Next question. So you've in your earlier sharing, you've mentioned 3 companies, and 2 I will call them startup, like the restaurant that was established by a Hong Kong couple, and also a fintech startup called the Toy Hunter, which created battle game and the NFT. For this Hong Kong, how many? I mean, are there a lot of Hong Kong startup founders, entrepreneurs, you know, starting the business in Fukuoka?
I would say there are quite a bit. From over just this past year, there have been 3, 4, 5 entrepreneurs from Hong Kong that have submitted their application and passed, and that fit the Fukuoka City requirements, and have established a company. So I would say there's quite a bit. I think there's quite a lot of opportunities, especially from Hong Kong entrepreneurs, and have come over.
Okay, cool. Any idea, like any difficulties like they have encountered, for example?
No, I would say no specific difficulties per se. As long as it is through GSC, we know the way to establish, obtain a visa and establish a company. Of course, we are also part of the Fukuoka City government, so it is easy, but it's also hard. And it is hard in the sense that we only want you to succeed. So there are some very minimum requirements that you can pass, and if you can pass that, then you are able to succeed. Now, one caveat there is the COVID-19 pandemic. It is now somewhat getting easier in Japan. So there are less restrictions. However, it can't be said the same for other countries. So therefore, there may be some vaccination issues or some minor issues.
Yeah. Hello. I lost connection for 5 seconds. I can't hear you. Hi. Can you hear me? Okay. Technical issue.
Yeah,
right now.
You can hear me.
Yeah. Can you, do you mind if you repeat the last part of your previous 10 seconds?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's no issue that we face as long as it goes through GSC. However, with the COVID-19,
we lost you again, Sean. Oh, we lost your audio again. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Now it's good.
Perfect.
Great.
Sorry. I think my The microphone is going on.
No worries. Yeah.
No, yeah, there is no issues if it goes through GSC. However, with the COVID-19 pandemic, who knows what governments will do with traveling in and out of the country.
Okay, got it. All right. Next question. We have a question from Cassie, and Cassie is asking what's the cost is like to start up prepare for startup a company in Fukuoka City?
That's quite hard to say. It depends on what kind of business startup I think you are thinking of. But there is a minimum requirement in Fukuoka City that you invest at one point or another 5 million Japanese yen, but that is the bare minimum. You also have to consider, your own living costs separate from, your business costs, right?
Okay.
And if you are, of course, now, just rule of thumb, I would say if you're developing a software, then you have less business expenses, right? You can just technically do it all in your computer. But say if you're also hardware oriented, then, we would think that 5 million Japanese yen may not be enough. It's very logic based.
Okay, so it depends on the your hiring and the cost of production and those sort of costs. That would be right.
Exactly. We look through all of that and we ask questions because we only want you to succeed. The visa is for startup entrepreneurs that want to come to Japan and sell in the Japanese marketplace. But there are some harsh realities where, for example, funding. Perhaps you're looking for funding in Japan, but that is very difficult. Therefore, there is a minimum requirement, a capital investment of X amount. And once you could show or you can prove it, then perhaps, funding opportunities may be available at another time. But we tell you the realities.
Okay, cool. I think it's more we've talked earlier before. It's very much of I would say it's a customized case by case. So that's the next question is how we can, for example, we can talk with you, or we can for the initial idea get into more understanding, because today's 25 minutes sharing is comprehensive and quite how if we really already the startup here, I believe the audiences already have a business idea, and how they can be, is it okay if they talk with you directly to discuss and then kicking start?
Oh, sure. Yeah, please. Yeah, please feel free to share our contact information.
Sure.
Fukuoka GSC@gmail.com, and they're more than welcome to directly message us or through you, whatever makes it easier. We're looking forward to burgeoning and exciting startups, general startups to fintech startups coming to Fukuoka City and supporting their endeavors here. Now, of course, that may not be for everybody. It may not make sense. And what I mean by that is, if you aren't sure whether your startup will succeed in Fukuoka, maybe a business matching will be more appropriate. Maybe you already have a business in Hong Kong, that is already active in Hong Kong and the Chinese market, and you want to expand. Then perhaps we can connect you there. It is, and once you have revenue and sales, then maybe it makes more sense to start up a company in Fukuoka. I mean, it's all case by case, but we are also able to support you there as well.
This is great to know. For the audiences, if you already have a company well up running in Hong Kong and have the revenue stream and everything. And you can also reach us to Sean to business matching and expand your scale to Japan and Fukuoka. Yeah. Okay, cool. And we got another question. We don't have much of the time, but we have the last question for you. And the audience is asking, if the business has audiences, has the client base is in Europe, and what is what is the advantage? Or is it good to starting the business in Fukuoka compared to Tokyo?
If the client base is in Europe?
Yeah, if the target client is in Europe, is European countries.
Oh, then we would say you should probably start a company in Europe.
Okay, instead of Tokyo and Japan, Fukuoka.
Yeah, of course, we are welcome, but it would it goes back to that logic base or very fundamental questions. Does it make sense? Of course, we'd love for all of you to come to Fukuoka. We love all of you to come to Japan, to establish your business, but it is not, it is geared towards the Japanese market, to sell in Japan or to innovate, Fukuoka or Japan, but it's,
okay, yeah. So yeah, totally makes sense.
I'm half Swiss, so then I would say maybe set up a company in Switzerland.
Do you also offer this supporting services for this? Well, I will let the audience reach out, talk with you separately.
Yeah.
All right.
On an unofficial role.
We are running out of time. So thank you very much, Sean, for giving us a very useful, informative sharing and talk. And also thanks to the audience that's joining us. So if the entrepreneurs or future entrepreneurs here in this webinar that is really have an idea or curiosity to learn more, to expand your life and business in Fukuoka, feel free to reach out to the customer service team that reached out to you earlier to send you the link, chat with you, and ask them. So we can put you in contact with Sean here.